Yo, what's up, guys? Good morning. What a day, man. It is rainy, it is cold, it is gray. Yesterday it was 75 degrees. It is nasty today. So I'm at the gym and I'm about to get out and get rained on. I'm also sitting in the Corvette that apparently I sold because I'm hurting for money. The pity crew. The pity party. Oh, they say I'm getting out of shape too, guys. Look at that. I don't even train anymore. I'm getting fat. The pity party. Tear people down because they think they're building themselves up. But in reality, they're digging themselves even lower. You don't tear people down to make yourself, to try to project yourself as better than that person. Okay? And if you really do think you're better than that person, get a scorecard out and go blow for blow with the person that you're tearing down or spreading lies about. People, it's crazy that at this point in their life they don't understand karma. I think you guys know who the pity crew is. Mr. Cheeseburger leading the pack, doing videos on me still, which I don't pay attention. And then somebody's like, in one of my videos, oh, you're sitting in a Corvette, I thought you sold it. And then there's like 10 other messages coming in. Oh, hey, so-and-so says you sold all your cars. So-and-so says you're getting fat. So-and-so says you don't work out anymore. Ain't that some crazy shit, man? I've been training since I was 11 years old. I'm going to be 51 in April, by the way. 51 in April, y'all. Been training since I was 11, and I'm going to stop working out all of a sudden. But get the scorecard out. The people that want to bust and spread lies on me, y'all been training since you were 11 years old? I've probably been in the gym. Let's see, I've been in the gym 40 years. Longer than all of these guys have been alive. And they're busting on me. Can you believe that shit? Even when I was homeless, guys. Even when I was homeless, a lot of you guys don't even know this shit, man. Even when I was homeless, I've gone through the trials and tribulations tenfold, and it didn't get me out of the gym. Even with these injuries, I refused to give up the gym. I refused to stop dieting, the discipline, the cardio. When I was homeless 15 years ago. Well, no, more like 17 years ago, I was homeless. I'll tell y'all the story. For those that don't know, maybe you just sub to my channel. It's kind of, when I am down, sometimes I'm having a hard time and I might mentally just be beat up or struggling, and I have to find, like now, this is the perfect example. Shoulder needs surgery. Do you know how hard it is to motivate myself to go to the gym and train shoulders, knowing how much pain I'm going to be in? So I think back to, you see, when I opened my, I had a transition out of the Chippendales into like real world. So I decided I was going to open this tanning salon. And what I did was I leased a building that used to be a tanning salon. And I knew that this was it because I had made very little money on my last Chippendale tour. And that was it. I'm like, I am not going back to the Chippendales. This is be all end all, make it or break it. I win or I fail. I succeed or I lose. So I had to live in the back in this warehouse. I threw the keys in my house, man. I had a nice house when I was with the Chippendales. I called it the House of Horrors, man, because it was crazy shit happened in that house. But when I was all said and done, I'm like, man, I can't afford to live in this house and start a business and transition out of the Chippendales. So I just gave the keys back in the house, man. Moved all my shit out. Sold everything, pretty much. Left a ton of stuff in the house. Put everything I could fit into my van. And lived in this warehouse on a mattress. And just all my shit was in boxes that I had kept, like my clothes and stuff. And I set up. This was a tanning salon. I didn't even have the tanning beds at the time. I didn't even know how I was going to get the tanning beds. That's a whole nother story. But so I'm literally sleeping on a mattress in this warehouse. And I would go to the gym every morning and I would shower at the gym. I didn't even have running water in the warehouse. I didn't have running water in the tanning area. Nothing. There was no running water in the building, man. It was crazy. Didn't have any gas either. No heat. All I could afford to do was turn the power on in the front of the building. That was it. And there was no power in the back of the warehouse. I had to run extension cords and shit. And so every morning, I would get up off my little mattress in this fucking warehouse, put my gym bag together, would drive to the gym. First thing I would do is I would train my ass off for a good hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes. I would then tan. I would then take a shower. It was like self-image, me. I didn't sacrifice it. Fucking homeless, but I still took care of myself. I showered at the gym. I then went back and built my business. The fact that I was homeless, going through like no freaking money, I had no idea how I was going to pay bills, had no idea how I was even putting gas in my vehicle at the time, never kept me out of the gym. I still made it to the freaking gym, okay? It wasn't until my wife came along. She was just a girl at the time. And she comes into I had put a boutique in this place, and I'm trying to grow it into a tanning salon, and she comes in to buy some clothes one day. Long story with how I built this whole fucking business and got everything going. I did videos on this a long time ago. But so she comes in, gorgeous girl. She has, I mean, me straight out of the Chippendales, still tanning, still training. She has no idea the struggles I'm going through. I didn't think she did anyway. So next thing you know, I'm hitting on her, she's hitting on me. We end up dating. This is how I met my wife. Met my wife at the Funky Monkey, which was my very first boutique / tanning salon that I had no clue how I was going to get the beds. I just rented the building. By the grace of God, I'm like, somehow I'm going to get lucky and the tanning beds are going to come my way, which they did. Crazy. So we start dating. Her name is Jennifer. We start dating. And probably a week into dating, she goes, "You live here, don't you?" I'm like, how the fuck? I have no shame. I'm like, yeah, I do. I'm busted. Not that I gave a shit. I didn't care. Yes, I live in the back. You want to see it? So I end up showing her the back. We end up dating. And we end up dating for about 4 months. And she's like spending the weekends with me on the back, on the floor, the mattress. She'll spend like a Friday, Saturday and just stay with me in the warehouse. She was homeless with me, but then she would go home. She had her own house. It was about 4 months before she finally invited me into her house. And then she starts buying me food, letting me shower there. I'm not feeling like I'm homeless anymore. And I end up moving in with her and just, starting a life. And, her trusting that my ideas were going to turn into money at some point, because they did. All the hard work and the suffering and the being homeless, and then just stockpiling it with, I still have a vision for my physique. I still have visions for where I want to go with a fitness center. Even though I have no money, you see, things don't look good. Yeah, I'm homeless, but I don't want to admit it. People look at you, man. They don't see that shit. They just look at you at where you're at now. Oh, look at him, man. He's got cars, and people think I show off. I don't show off to anybody. I show off to myself, because I remember where I came from. When people now talk and say, Teddy, he sold his Corvette because he's hurting for money. You want to know why I will never sell anything? I'll never sell anything because it took me so much to get what I have. I went through so much to get what I have. So that, it's like when you're handed shit, guys, it's a different story. Okay, when you're handed shit in life, it comes and goes. A buddy of mine, his parents bought him a gym. He lost the gym within 4 years. But when you got to build everything yourself, you start from the bottom up, and you go through what I've been through with literally having to sacrifice everything. Sorry, that was my phone going off, by the way. Had to see who it was. But when you got to sacrifice everything to get to where I'm at, you don't let it go. You don't stop grinding. You don't stop hustling. You don't stop sacrificing. The discipline stays. The structure stays. The training stays. The day in and day out, wake up every morning and try to outdo yourself, that never goes away. Because nothing's been handed to you. You've rewired yourself. You're reprogrammed to now this is how you are because of what you've been through. This is today how you are. You see, people that knock what I do or knock what I have, they haven't been through that. They haven't been through that and gotten this far to look back at that and use that as motivation. You know what I'm saying? You succeed today because of what you've been through yesterday. You fight today because of what you've been through yesterday. You got to do more today to outdo yourself because you know where you could wind up because you already been through it and you refuse to go back to that shit. So some of you probably had no idea that none of this was handed to me. Stock market didn't give me anything, guys. I could end the stock market today. I could end YouTube today. I could end everything today. It was me refusing to admit defeat all along the way and just continue to push forward to better myself day in and day out. Keep a vision. Don't let anything hold me back. Keep the ambition. Keep the energy. Don't let anybody talk me out of my ideas. Don't let anybody talk you out of your ideas. Don't let anybody talk you out of your dreams, your goals, your fantasies. Even if it seems so far-fetched, it couldn't happen, chase it. Chase it. That's all I can say. I chased everything, all my fantasies, all my dreams, what I wanted to be in life. I just refused to not go after it. And that's how I wound up where I am. Okay? So when you get here, guys, you don't give this shit up. Just because somebody says and somebody wants to tear you down, that doesn't mean ever that they understand. They will never understand. They either don't have it, they never attained it, they'll never get there. So it's just easier to talk the talk and talk the shit than actually fucking walk the walk and live it. All right? You're looking at a guy, I walked the fucking walk, I walked my talk, and I live it. All right, that was my wife. Ain't that funny? I was talking about her, she's calling me. It's like we've been together too long, man. Y'all have an awesome day. Doge Warrior out, baby. Shaboom. Peace.